this is getting even worse. So MrBeast has a lot of stuff that is going on, all alleged. Some of it opinion, some people don't care, some people move on. Allegedly, like there's a lot of alleged because there's a little bit of reaching, a little bit of stuff. Some people could be lying online, whatever. But it does seem like the situation is getting worse and worse and worse. Because now we're having apparently ex-employees calling them out and saying he's a fraud, which all alleged. And as well, there's also now apparently other people who won giveaways and about these types of content, like they're on the channels, doing shorts, Discord things, whatever. And apparently they're also never got paid. So, and there's also now even big issues with like lottery laws coming out where he did like registered lottery legal stuff. And there's a lot of big things on top of the whole issues with like Ava Chris Tyson's on the underage like users on Discord, which once again, MrBeast was in the Discord as we cover that. We saw that. And they interacted a little bit, nothing crazy, just with like Ava Chris Tyson as well. So it's like, it's there. It's out there. It's weird. Like a lot of this, like it's just not good. Like a lot of these things may not be 100% like allegedly true. It might be call outs or might have proof behind them or whatever. But a lot of stuff is bad if it's true. Like we don't know the exact specifics. We're not there. There's probably maybe more stuff that might come out through like lawsuits or like research or whatever. But everything that's coming out is not good. So I do always want to say keep that like on the high level that there is a chance this might be extremely like, pushed out for clout and views, but some things are not looking good and there is a lot of stuff coming out right this second. So first and foremost, as we're seeing in this all over here, is that now we saw this kind of popping off where we are seeing that MrBeast apparently is now owing people out there. I also have been seeing, Rosanna Pacino, who I believe had issues with him on like the creator games before, and then she's been kind of calling that stuff on out because obviously probably like a moral line for that one. So I've seen that too. But basically, like there was this big thing coming over here from like this person, like Lauren VPM, saying that like they were owed $1,000. They won a $2,000 prize for singing in a talent show with MrBeast, Quackity, and Dream. And apparently Quackity was the only one who actually paid up the money, which a lot of people say Quackity is cool and chill, which is nice to see. And then MrBeast and Dream just never paid them for whatever reason, dude. And then like they try to hit him up in emails and petitions, never got anything out there. So obviously, and I get this, if it's legitimately them winning money, and it did seem like they had a chance to highlight this and show this on videos and such like that, it's got a lot of attention. And they just never got paid. So I've heard other stories though that other MrBeast winners have gotten paid though. So this might just been like falling through the cracks and stuff like that. But apparently this has been floating around, been commented before and all of this. This is technically illegal if they never pay, because that's them doing like a contest and just them never following through on their word. Now it might be harder because there may not be a contract they sign, but it's kind of more of like a core of like moral and ethics. Or contract, they should get paid no matter what. In terms of ethics or them saying on video, they should, because then they're kind of technically promoting false content. And that leads towards more of a YouTube issue or maybe even giveaway law issue, depends on the full context of it. But either way, if this is all true, it sucks. Like they've made YouTube comments and talked about it. And obviously a lot of people on like, Reddit were making comments on it being like, hey, cool as well. Apparently some people even like the MrBeast crew were trying to hit them on up, which is good. They're trying to like make things happen, which is nice. So that we're if they can like, my mind is they can resolve all these situations. Like if MrBeast can be like, there is issues with this, let me address it. There's issues with this, let me apologize. There's issues with them being paid, I will sit here and pay them. If they all square up, that's win. That's good. Like I will give them brownie points because you deserve the brownie points or they're due. Not for Ava Chris Tyson, because interacting with minors, you can't really excuse that at all. Like that's not okay. But when it comes to this, like if they fix it, it sucks. They had to wait for it, but I want to see this as well. And it's also a big thing too, on top of that, is I do want to chime in my own thing, who I have worked with YouTubers, like proper, like business side. There is sometimes like people just lose their jobs or move on a lot. Like people get fired, people move on, people are making like 40K a year working for MrBeast, and they think it's cool when they're 21. And when they're 25, they're like, I want to have a wife and kid. I need to get a different job. And they bounce around because a lot of people who work for YouTubers are younger. So there's not even a chance sometimes too that sometimes people working here who were supposed to help on this disappear. Or something like the Dream guy, he got in huge drama. He's probably like, I don't even care about this person, I'm moving on. So there is like some brand new drama over here, which sucks. But apparently one of the bigger things out here though that's been going massively viral, I want to glance on and watch a little bit, and maybe more on a higher playback speed too as well, is that apparently this is a big thing, allegedly, over here where they worked for MrBeast and they said that he's a fraud. Now, as I mentioned, I have worked with YouTubers before, and I don't think many of them are usually frauds per se, but even Elky just said like the person who worked for him for a month takes at least 3 months to fully understand what's going on. And I agree. Like if you've only been working for a spot for a few months, you don't know all the people you have to talk to, you may not know what like the procedures for it, etc. So you always have to take some of these things with a grain of salt. So right now, a lot of people, it takes out there for, what's the word for it? Like it's just weird. It could be like a weird situation because if you don't know, like you might assume it's bad, someone else's job for it, whatever. So take everything with a grain of salt, especially if you can get a lot of easy views, kind of like shit talking someone like MrBeast. So I want to see this. We may not watch the entire thing. I'm going to put it at 1.5 because it may be weird or whatever, but
it's the most valuable currency in the world.
Well, of course. Let's see. Maybe we'll put it a little bit lower, maybe like 1.25, but I will maybe skip around. But either way, MrBeast shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, there's a few things that make things harder, like kickbacks from charity, stealing from charity, scamming people, or like I keep on mentioning, the Ava Chris Tyson thing. If MrBeast was 100% involved in that, that is your donezo. They were in the Discord server, which is sketchy, but I will give them a little bit of wiggle room for plausible deniability. And like they're just there with their friends in it, whatever. Doesn't make it right. Could still more stuff could come out. I still think it's bad. But either way, let's go see this.
You could post something and everyone in the world would watch it. You'd be the most powerful man on earth.
We're not promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this.
I think it's like CC's too. So I think a big drama for this too is like lottery and like them doing like lottery and like some fake t-shirt signings. I saw apparently like he was trying to go and sell like some t-shirt things too as well. And be like, oh my god, and like other people were signing him. Like I was seeing a lot of drama popping up. Like here, I think I've seen that clip. Yeah, there's all the tinfoil hat reactions right now, but it's like, I think it's entertaining in a bad way. Like MrBeast almost kind of gives me like mafioso vibes a little bit.
Hi, I wanted to provide some context to this video. I'm a former MrBeast employee, and today I am alleged.
This is a little bit weird though to kind of like, I feel like you should take it a little bit more seriously, but
that the company rigged videos and
also alleging
did illegal lotteries and sold fake signatures. I would consider that fraud. Okay, thank you. Enjoy the video. So this is part one into my investigation into MrBeast.
That intro, weird intro.
Before the Chris stuff came out,
I let him cook though.
About the Chris stuff, probably in part 2 or 3.
MrBeast like subscribe, but you won't see your parents ever again.
Why didn't you come forward? Why didn't you go
like,
to
oh
the authorities?
god.
Well, I was going to come forward, and also like going to the authorities.
Why is he also in a random corn bush?
You heard rumors that this person is this way or that. You know, there's.
I'll let him talk and let him see what he has to say.
Been out for a while.
Because there is some bad stuff out here.
The company, they're like, Chris is kind of a potential minors attracted person, and the company protects her, or they were protecting her, and they protected her as long as they could. Jimmy knew, everyone knew, so. You know, which I think that's more of a red flag than anything.
So, okay, let me we'll do quick on this one. So apparently they're saying that everyone in the company knew about this. This is all alleged. I'm not the one saying this, but saying that they saw that there was 5 days and Chris was talking about all of his like weird stuff out there. That is disgusting. That's really gross. Like if that's actually true, allegedly, but I feel like most people shouldn't be that open about that. And if they are, that's also very weird to even have that chance to have a conversation like that.
You know, there's messages happening in like MrBeast Discords and yeah, I don't know. It's a mess when like MrBeast contestants are being exposed to like.
I do agree though on the take if like, you have a bunch of younger folks out there. I don't think that's good.
You know, there's a big emphasis.
You have to be a little bit more even extra careful being like a Minecraft, Roblox content creator at the end of the day. It's not good.
Psychology and everything, and like seeing that that's sort of used in weird ways, and you know, there's been like parasocial relationships, and you know, encouraging like almost children simping for these people, and.
It can get weird. I do want to agree. It can get really weird if you have a children audience and you interact with them on a very consistent basis. Not saying they are alleged, whatever they do say, whatever. I'm just saying generally.
Oh, this is an old clip. You could say like his audience grew up. I would say he's gained most of his audience since.
I hope there's no PewDiePie drama. Like, Ross.
Also, this clip really just shows that like he understands the YouTube analytics are bullshit because he can try to use that as a defense, but he knows. So here's that clip, and then I'll get into the video.
The average demographic is what, 13 through 17? Is that the biggest spike in your analytics?
Well, I mean, mine's horseshit. It says like 18 to 24. But I know all my fucking viewers are little kids.
Yeah.
I will be honest. A lot of people nowadays, MrBeast viewers are probably younger. Like you can kind of see even from videos or him like walking around with people and stuff like that. I'm sure there's older people, like I've seen a few MrBeast videos. So I mean, if you have 300 million subs, you're gonna get a little bit of everything. But like, yeah, I'm sure there's quite a few ratio nonetheless.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like it's a lot like that because, you know, little kids lie about their age or they're on their...
Or sometimes little kids will use their parents' accounts.
Fucking massive one for like the 40-year-old range because all the fucking idiots are on their parents' account.
Now,
See, yeah.
MrBeast intentionally manipulates these children's vulnerable minds for profit using
This guy feels like he's trying to act like iDubbbz a little bit, like old iDubbbz.
3 simple steps which closely align with the 3 major types of behavioral learning. Step 1 is getting the viewer to associate the brand with trust and authority. MrBeast videos are real, and he's a great guy that gives away.
I will go and say at this point, I do know, like for me as a content creator, and I know many content creators out there, I know people who do fake their videos. Like 100%, or even giveaways and stuff like that. They'll get like friends of friends or whatever. This does happen and has happened, and I can vouch that I've seen multiple people do this as well.
Big rewards.
Not to say MrBeast is doing it, but I have seen other people mention it.
Evidence in a minute that his videos are in fact fake. Step 2 is showing the viewers that when people interact with MrBeast in a way that benefits MrBeast, when they do what he tells them to do, they win big rewards.
Is he subscribed? You are subscribed. Here's some money. Have a good day.
Some of them feel like
I don't think that seems like that bad of a thing, though. I'll be honest. I think that's just like a rich YouTuber thing, because I've seen people on TikTok and even Twitch streamers be like, oh, you know me? What's up? Here, I'll buy you dinner. Like, I don't think that's that bad.
just walk around with $1,000. It's like, oh, thanks for watching my videos.
Hit that subscribe
I don't think
button
it's that
because
bad.
you might bump into me in real life and it might make you a lot of money.
Like, at the end of the day, I can maybe be like, that's... If he's like, if this was like the Ava Chris Tyson person doing that, that's horrible. This is MrBeast. I think in all honesty, that's just social media being like, whatever. It's like a Logan Paul throwing out t-shirts. Like, I don't think that's a big deal. I understand though, it could turn to a big deal, but like, I don't want to assume the worst in people, you know?
When people are devout followers of MrBeast, they get rewarded. And step 3 is finally calling on the viewer to act in some way that benefits the brand, promising big rewards in return. Now it's your turn to do what MrBeast tells you, and you will win big rewards. But you actually won't unless you're famous or friends or family of a MrBeast employee. So young, impressionable viewers...
That would be sucky, though, and I've heard people doing that.
Trusted authority.
Like, I vouch for that.
Big rewards. These young viewers are explicitly shown that dedicated followers or random subscribers like themselves are winning big rewards when they do what MrBeast tells them. These young viewers are explicitly told repeatedly that if they subscribe, if they buy products or act in some way that benefits the brand, they will win big rewards.
I want to say they have a point, but it's kind of like a little bit of a reach, I would say. Like a lot of YouTubers, even TikTokers, will go and just do giveaways to get promotion. Even TV shows, radio stations. I understand like the logic behind it, but...
Trust MrBeast, watch him help others, contribute to his cause, and one day he'll help you too.
I can maybe see that being kind of bad though for like selling merch and like a little kid who's not making a lot of money is like, I'll buy like a shirt just to help out videos. And like same with this, it's a little annoying, but like just like YouTubers, like everyone wants you to sub. Like I have like my Target sellout links if you guys want to go and check out the Target sponsors like down below. Like all that stuff like makes sense. Like that's just like the game of getting more followers and stuff. It's a little bit maybe morally questionable. I don't think you can judge people too hard because it's very common day. It's just social media, I think.
That's
just my take though. My take.
You might win a free car. Subscribe for a free car. I love all of subscribe and you can come next time. I give you $100. Subscribe again. Subscribe and you could win $10. Subscribe button. You could also win $100. Seriously, we always fly subscribers down. They never fly random subscribers down. MrBeast fakes his videos in ways that are worse than you realize. I say that because he's been exposed for faking videos before, and the common response is, why does it matter if the videos are fake?
I've actually had a lot of people say though his videos are not fake.
A large part
but
of
that could be people protecting him or whatever, but I've heard people say that.
Fake videos.
I remember when I first started seeing your videos, I was like, this shit's gotta be fake.
Oh yeah, it's a huge problem for us now. I actually have to dial back my content.
Like, I feel like he has enough ad money coming in regardless,
also,
and sponsors, he can justify it.
Scripted, you know, because what we do is not scripted, so you have to plan for a bunch of variables that you can't control, blah blah. If what we did was scripted, holy shit, this stuff.
I don't know. Do you guys think that he's like scripting videos? I don't think he actually is.
This train track is CGI. These bus wheels are CGI. This explosion is fake. This shredder is CGI. This car is digitally lifted.
I think that's just editing, though.
This guy is fake. This raccoon is a paid actor. This island costs more than $1. This city is not abandoned. These buildings are CGI. But it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker. It's just a guy. This whole room is fake.
I'll be honest, like this seems more just like exaggerations or editing rather than like bad though.
This line is scripted. This action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
I do think some of these can be a little bit weird, like they kind of play it up a little bit more. I can see that, but I don't think it's necessarily always either like scripted or bad. I don't want to like I don't want to like glaze them up too much.
Scripted. Holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Let's talk about Mac for a second.
We will die. Do you understand that?
I don't know who even Mac even is.
Records showing that Mac moved from California to Greenville, North Carolina, where Jimmy is located, back in August 2023, 2 months before he appeared as a contestant.
Okay.
According to a former MrBeast employee, this is around the time when Mac started working full-time on the editing team at MrBeast. Also, he didn't just move into any old house, he moved into a $1 million mansion. Now, I'm not gonna dox him, only some asshole would do something like that.
After doxing and bullying the pilot some more like a f***ing douchebag,
Turns to Eric and says,
I don't really get this. This man is cyber stalking him. I think, okay, I do think this guy has a few valid critiques of it, where like I could see the logic behind it, such as like, if you have an edited show where you throw in like 3D stuff, it kind of makes the video seem more unrealistic from like raw footage. But it doesn't necessarily mean a video is completely fake if they put a lot of editing or like try to trim out like the annoying stuff. Because there has been a lot of people who have done like the 1 versus 100 people and stuff, and they're like, it's all legit and real. But like maybe like trimmed down, and there's like maybe extra things where they give people like snacks, like trying to make the video seem more appealing at the end. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Like, not to say that I think like MrBeast is free of all stuff. Like, I think faking lottery things, incentivizing children to give you money for merch and stuff, like there is things that are morally kind of not the best, but I don't think these are like crazy cancel worthy. It's just kind of duh. Like, you look at a video, you can tell it's like edited and made.
Find pictures of this mansion online,
in my
so
mind.
I fed them into ChatGPT and asked it to create similar images. And this is what it came up with. And it's honestly not that far off. His 6,000 square foot $1 million mansion.
It is a nice looking kitchen though. I wish I had a nice kitchen.
Theater and 7 bathrooms.
What are you gonna spend the $800,000?
A little bit jealous.
I mean, my life's changed now.
Yeah, I'm sure that $800,000 is really gonna change your life.
Max is a nice car. Tell me, where are we right now?
We're in the place that we drove to a few minutes ago.
Although if he was a random planted person for a thing, I could see that be a little red.
The last year.
A lot of family stuff.
What kind of family stuff?
Just like you know, playing catch with my dad. You know.
For a year? How do you make money? How are you like surviving?
Basically, like my main strategy is I go to like grocery store type places.
Grocery store type places?
What does that even mean, grocery store people? This is sketchy though. I will give them credit. This is a little weird.
With what money?
The money that I've made.
How did you make it?
Huh?
Yeah, this is a little sketchy. I will be honest.
They'll figure it out.
If this guy was a paid actor though, and he wins the competition, that is a little sketch.
7 days stranded at sea, you can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But after a hard cut, magically 5 people are awake, and 2 of the boys have bright yellow raincoats that they didn't have.
It is a little awkward though to ask how much money you make in the camera. That is weird.
whole night completely.
So I've had people ask me how I make money throughout the years, and I'm always like,
Jimmy,
what?
You slept on the production yacht. It's ironic because this is one of the videos where they claim that they don't fake things.
But no, we have to be the real channel that doesn't fake things.
In this video, this wink was added in post. In fact, 58 was actually on the far opposite side of the room from 42, and he just didn't hear him. This whole revenge storyline was added in post. Multiple shots show how timers are edited.
Okay.
Timers are edited.
He's like, he's kind of cooking, but he's cooking in weird ways.
Contestants' audio in post.
We got 15 minutes.
In general,
because like at the end of the day, if you're making a YouTube video, you want to make it more entertaining. I don't want to say you want to fake it, but you do want to try to edit it, make it a little bit more entertaining.
I'm gonna kill you.
And yes, this lie detector video was also fake.
Have you ever faked a video?
No.
Fix that lie.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Okay, so MrBeast fabricates some contestant dialogue and timers and movements and storylines and uses a bunch of shitty CGI, but who really cares? I mean,
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I guess.
Entertainment only, right? I mean, it's not like he's ever.
I do want to say I do think rigging would be bad
because he films with hundreds of.
I think like fake like lottery stuff's bad.
Wrong.
There is. I'm not saying like it's free for it,
not
but
only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers.
So many people had jobs.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually recognize a lot of people in this video, including Jimmy's own girlfriend. So yeah, the random subscribers you see in challenges are actually never random.
I think this is also a proper like valid thing, but I'm sure some people maybe get dropped out. It's hard to maybe get people that get sick or whatever. But that is sketchy. That is still sketchy. I do agree. But if they know they're not going to win, it's strange. But in the premise of it, you wouldn't want to have fake users unless it's like a 5 and 5. Like you put like 5 random women, 5 random like guy workers just to fill it out. But that is a little sketchy though, nonetheless. It is a little weird.
They're almost always local to MrBeast.
I don't want to keep on defending it, but like there is always like a well. That's why a lot of things are like alleged to kind of figure out.
And when they do pull someone from outside of North Carolina, it's usually somebody who's in the industry, who's camera trained, who has built a following.
But see, I also feel like I feel like I'm kind of glazing MrBeast, but like he also does like the philanthropy things too as well.
That one's 10 grand.
They are never random subscribers.
And if that's like all legitimate, which I think it might be, that's still like a net win too.
And what's even worse,
I feel bad because I do feel like I'm defending him. I just don't.
Scripted.
I am a little bit morally on the top of like, if things are weird, they're scripted. I don't think I like that. Not to say like I'm trying to like just give like the what's the word for it, Chad? When you try to look at both angles.
Production stepped in to actually make the results of the challenge closer.
The devil's advocate, I guess, for it.
On camera, like when Jimmy pays one of the boys $10,000 to leave, which is twice as much as the actual prize money. But doesn't make the same offer to the girls.
The boys are blowing you out of the water. If I paid the one guy...
Yeah, I'm trying to be the devil's advocate for this. Because I'm seeing this all and it's happening.
At another point, he gives the girls a camera drone so they would have been able to see how many boys were left. It doesn't work.
But like as I've done like these shots, like a lot of them, like you want to get the most entertaining video, you want to cut off things, you have to make sure it like runs well.
Help them off camera. You know, apparently,
like, what if you have 100 people booked, you have to fill in 5 people, like you just like whatever.
Not the girls, so that the girls would win.
Some people are like hardcore on that one, sometimes that.
Obviously, the girls had an unfair start with having so many.
Yeah, I don't mind like a lot of the vibes for like editing stuff, edit things, make it a little bit nicer, begging for subs or whatever, you know.
Fair chance at winning, I think. I think that's the expectation when you run a game show.
Like, I get that.
Was a while ago, so
I don't think fake giveaways, that's not good. Pedo friend, not good.
So
allegedly.
Knowing that MrBeast likes the results to be close and that offstage.
But I feel like this is like normal editing for shows. Like you add the dramatic moments and the zoom ins and like cut out like context just to make it more entertaining.
Meaning that time elapses the same in the video as it does in real life. Now immediately the intro is sped up. And the timer is clearly added in post. And he clearly touches the laser here.
Like I do agree though, if you're like on the purist for content, I understand that.
When he reaches the bottom floor, he has to turn these water valves. Now you can tell that these valves aren't actually connected to anything because
yeah, you know it's weird. I haven't been attacked by Nightbot yet.
It happens when he's not even touching the valve.
I'm sure there's people on MrBeast that are okay to debunk this, and I'm kind of debunking this myself. Like I don't mind doing like the opposite end.
So the valve seems to spin freely and isn't actually connected to the flow of water. So you could assume
like this is also one of those like liability things.
Off camera with remote switches to trigger the flow of water.
Like you definitely like you could not probably lock someone even in like a big proper TV show.
Clear out of the room, so they can sort of decide on the fly how many turns of the valve it takes.
I think I kind of have the mindset of like a MrBeast video. It's entertaining. I don't want to say like faking giveaways, like Ava Chris Tyson stuff. Like a lot of stuff is gross.
So rigging the challenge could be seen as a good thing, but there are many examples of contestants losing. And in traditional media, this kind of rigging is actually completely illegal.
We always have the
this is true though. I guess it's annoying.
Tie all the knots so that we know they've tied them at the exact same tension. I mean, we get down to inches. And then
I do respect a show that makes it like legitimate and they have like the ethics of it to make sure it's always good.
Any kind of a game show where there is a prize, you have to have somebody that ensures that it's fair. They are out there essentially to make sure that we don't do something that would favor.
And I can definitely see MrBeast having the same vibe. If you want to go super hardcore on this, I can see that.
In my mind, I'm thinking it's a fair game. But it's not. If they were having problems finding people, they can see kind of what area you're in. And they came to my area many times, and I was in the smallest cupboard. They had like big ones, medium ones, and small ones. I contorted this little 4'10" body into the smallest space, and I was in there for hours. And they didn't even open the door because they were like, a person can't even fit in there. So they went in there and they opened all their cabinets, and my heart was like, oh, they're gonna find me, they're gonna find me. And then I could hear them saying, like, she's not here. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, she's not here. The other thing that they said is absolutely no climbing in the air vents or the ceiling. And they said it's
I can see this being annoying. I mean, for like a YouTube thing, you kind of have the mindset of like, okay, like do it more for fun. Like you don't care that much because you assume everyone's all well off. But if there's like money involved, I mean, I still would want to win for the sake of like commitment and like wanting to get it done.
Zach would have been eliminated for cheating. He broke the rules, and
some people maybe say like she's like too harping on it or whatever, complain too much, but like I can kind of get it both sides.
MrBeast would eliminate me.
It just depends on your mindset. Like some people look at it for entertainment. Some people are like, I'm in this. I want to win or have a chance to win.
Giveaways have been fake, but I'll get to that later. So now that I've explained some of the ways
fake giveaways is kind of gross.
Lies to build trust with his audience, I want to go on to explain how he exploits that trust for profit. Through running
I could also see the trust thing, especially like I said for like merchants and all that.
Giving children
I do feel bad because that Rosanna Pisano, I obviously don't know how to say her name, but she got a lot of hate for MrBeast fans, but I think she like had like a valid call out. I think she was pretty nice about it too.
Early in his career, MrBeast found a better version of this where he takes a call to action and he adds positive or negative reinforcement to it. Now, as adults,
feel bad for her,
you can
though.
recognize that subscribe for a cookie is a joke. It's
Like
not a
he's
real
making
offer,
points,
but
but like I
again,
said, a lot of
Mr.
these points are like
Beast's audience is primarily
80% there.
children who may have authorities in their life that actually use sweet treats or
Like a good
video
example at
game
the start where I mentioned like
attentions
the
as
one
forms of
person who had the
reinforcement, and you aren't born
like the
understanding
YouTube
sarcasm.
money they were owed.
Whatever
That's
the
a valid
reason,
thing to
these
call someone out
reinforced
for, and that's really, really
transactions
bad
are
that they never
more
got
effective
it.
than just saying subscribe. Oh, but there's an even much better.
This is where to go beg for people to subscribe for they get cookies.
The call to action giveaway.
Check out our Target sponsor for cookies.
PS5, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel.
I can't believe people are still doing fucking giveaways.
Hey, I was doing giveaways for a while. And at a certain point, I was like, I think I did enough. Like everyone has a PS5, we're good.
People are still like buying subs for this shit.
Over the next
I totally did that a little bit, but I just want to like more still be nice because obviously it was just like a bitch to go get a get one.
I don't get it.
Some people work until 3 in the morning, like to get a Target drop and stuff. After a while, I was like, I'm good. Like I've given up enough.
It's a scam.
But I do agree. Like it is a little rough, and I don't know if I regret it or not because people were watched regardless. But
found him 1 minute before Zach. I spent over $1 million.
I mean, follow for follow.
All you have to do to enter is hit that subscribe button.
Also, there is a lot of companies that will go and sit there and be like, we'll give it to you for like a promotion, and like you don't necessarily to close as an ad. But that does happen a lot for YouTubers, which is gross.
Scams. Either a YouTuber doesn't actually give away a prize, or in the case of these live
Yeah, I love that
streams,
PewDiePie's just like, what's going on?
the only way to win a prize
PewDiePie, like
is
I
by
love whenever
making
he
a
just
purchase.
chimes in from his like
Obviously,
retirement and just says like,
I'm
hi.
just going to show you the law and then show you irrefutable evidence of what's being done. And
This is where I think the bigger drama is for all this, is that like he's calling this out.
As containing 3 elements: a valuable prize, random chance,
Which I can see this also
and
being a proper,
consideration,
legitimate
which can
issue.
need time or effort, but in most cases is just payment.
I do think PewDiePie made up like $50 million living in Japan. I think he's living a good life.
A contest, for example, eliminates chance, and a sweepstakes eliminates consideration. In determining if any MrBeast giveaways have been illegal lotteries,
This is a little rough. I do agree in this, and I do think it's kind of buying viewers because like they never really show like who wins. They never really show.
Him and his friends signing
This is a big thing too. Like I would be offended by this.
40 million subscribers, and here are just some of the clips from that stream.
For those of you who are just joining, if you buy one of
Like some of this stuff is like overly hype, or they're probably not vetting this. Where it's like, someone buy a shirt, I'll give you $5,000, and then 20 people buy a shirt, and it's like, oh. Like even if they do actually buy that, or like you're gonna win an Xbox, like this is like I get it. Like I'm a streamer, I'm a YouTuber, where it's like next one who gives five gift subs, you'll get it, and then maybe 2 people give 5 subs, and you're like, well, technically Alki did it first, and then Benji did 5 subs, and then it's like, well, I just want to support you anyway. And I feel like that does sometimes happen a lot, and I can see people thinking that's kind of scummy. Because I think about like that same factor I did. If one person buys a shirt, and they're like, hey, the next person who buys a shirt gets $1,000. 50 people buy a shirt. So no matter what, 49 people are getting screwed over if that was also legitimate the entire time. And like you kind of hype it up on stream or get call outs. So like this is a little scummy. Plus with the fake signing. I do agree this is like fucked up. This is messed up in my mind.
of our limited edition.
Not enough for me to be like, you should get canceled. And I mean, maybe they were all good. Like maybe they, like allegedly, maybe they were chill. And they actually, a lot of people did get money, but you never know. It's like, it's a little weird.
40 mil special shirt.
Especially with a lot of younger kids watching.
Subscribers with a really big video. Then we will sign that shirt. And some of them will get random prizes like
it's
this.
Def Color number 9 kind of. Yeah, exactly.
Time to do their cart. We'll give 2 orders $500 each. 5 minutes, someone's getting $3,000 in their order. In 5 minutes, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna.
And like I said, this is like them making a lot of money. Like if you're a big YouTuber, you're making probably at least $10 per shirt, and that might even be at a low end. Especially if you mass produce like this, you go get like 100 people buying a shirt for a chance to win $500, and you may not even give them money. Allegedly, like this is like kind of rough.
$1,000 in a random order. 2 minutes, newest order gets $2,000. Good luck, everybody.
So this was a 6-hour live stream. They took it down off YouTube, but 5 hours of it are still up on their Facebook page. And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries. These lotteries are also run poorly multiple times. They would say
I could agree on this. Like this is like proper like call, I think.
And then 7 minutes later go, actually, the newest order in 30 seconds is going to win.
In 5 minutes, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put $1,000 in a random order. Hey, Daryl, don't we owe someone $1,000?
We do.
Yeah. So, all right. So the newest order.
Like I understand doing this live is really hard if you're kind of just like saying stuff and having your team expect to do it. Like that is kind of can be rough.
We are going to put $1,000 in your package.
Stephen K.
Okay.
Stephen King. And there is no second giveaway 30 seconds later, like Jimmy said. This is just one very
I can say it can get chaotic, but like you can't really say it and not do it. You know, I get that.
Stephen's a handsome name.
Walk away with some money.
It's actually really funny if he was in California, had to be struck down harder than a 5-year-old getting hit by a bat. Hello, Meowie. Watching drama. Hello.
Okay, so we're going to
Ratting.
put 2 iPhones in this pinata, and we're going to give it to someone who orders a shirt in 3 minutes? 5 minutes.
They're just going to just saying a bunch of random stuff. I mean, if they gave away stuff, I'll give them credit. Like, it's
in 10 minutes.
But it is really like the whole vibe of how to do this and like legally do this. It is messed up.
Oh, wait.
I don't think this is worth being canceled for.
We never picked a pinata.
But I do think it's like worth critiquing for, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't want to see someone do this again. Like, I saw this on Twitter, I'd be like, wow, what a scumbag. Not like, I will never watch him ever again.
Or on the website. At one point, MrBeast is informed that they ran out of PlayStations, and he says, "Are we trying to not sell merch?"
Our city is sold out of PlayStations. We don't have any. We have to give away.
That's why I give away so many PlayStations, dude.
So he clearly knows that they're making more money by running these illegal lotteries. Another
Yeah,
shady
it is
thing he
true,
did
though.
was
Like,
constantly suggest that they're doing too many giveaways to make a profit.
My guy over there doing the numbers is like, stop, please. It's like, you do realize every time you give away an Xbox and $1,000, you don't make money. I'm like, oh. I know,
But it's like marketing cost, though.
What are we doing, guys?
You get the coolest one, Ayo.
Stream and it's gonna be like, oh no, what a waste. Yeah, I know. We're gonna break neutral.
When there was just no way they were ever even close to losing money.
Yeah, they
on the
probably made
stream.
so much money because they're also making ad money too. It's not that much, but if you run this on a stream, you're also making ad money.
Guys, we need to stop giving everyone something.
But he's making jokes though, but like
almost everything that someone's bought, we've put something in their package. I'm not gonna make money.
In 5 hours, they gave away about
he's
$50,000
definitely.
worth of stuff.
I don't want to defend him. Like I get it. Like you're kind of memeing. He's obviously making money. That's why he's doing it.
At $42 each, profit margin would be
But the way he's kind of presenting itself, especially for a younger kid, like I can see like them be like, "Mom, I'm gonna get my credit card." Like you have to factor in some people might be children, and that is a valid point.
1 in every 1,600 orders actually won a prize. And I guarantee he has real-time analytics on his laptop. He knows they make more money every time he says, "Oh my God, guys, we're giving away so much stuff."
I mean, it is valid though. That sometimes does happen.
Please, don't you want me to make a profit?
And like I said, you also are getting probably like donations from this. You're probably getting ad revenue from the stream. Not as much, all things considered,
not
but
actually random. You know, humans have biases. Imagine Jimmy tells the guy off camera, "Hey, pick a name right now," and he sees 2 names. One is easy to pronounce, one is not. This is why lotteries are heavily regulated, to ensure fairness.
like he's cooking. Like I said, he's like 80% there for most of his cooking.
Lottery. It's gambling. MrBeast isn't just promoting gambling to children here. He's running the casino. And this isn't even close to the worst stream he's done. 4 months later, MrBeast signed shirts again, but this time it was a 24-hour
We're watching the MrBeast call-out video of a prior employee, which he's had a few takes that I don't necessarily fully agree on, and some of it's more of like a flavor of opinion.
Reddit threads talking about them. Now this stream did say, "We are doing a ton of giveaways, no purchase necessary."
Yeah, this also does kind of remind me a little bit of like the CSGO stuff from forever ago, where like 13-year-old kids are gambling $5,000 in CSGO skins with like no like regulatory issues with it.
Throw money in random orders, or that we throw items in random orders? Yeah.
Like I feel like this is just someone who's young who doesn't realize like what they're doing is like illegal or bad. Doesn't justify it.
To someone that buys merch.
Which each giveaway is its own independent event. You can't give one prize to someone who buys something and a different prize to someone in chat. The prize where you have to buy something is still
he's cooking a little bit. He's cooking a little bit. I get it.
Which obviously MrBeast
Once again though, like I think this is scummy.
He likes a little bluffery, a little plausible deniability. You know, pretending.
I don't think it's super cancel worthy. I think he got way too in his head. I guess this from point though, if he has 300 million subs, you can't really use that as a justification though.
Pull up a database of 100 people that bought chocolate bars and pick 100 random ones. Got it. I think I can do that over here. I don't know. So I don't want to say anything and then someone be like, yeah, actually, that's illegal. Right.
I could not find any way to enter the big Tesla giveaway without spending at least $42.
Yeah, you also have to go and technically have like a mail-in coupon or something like that, like legally.
Gave away 24 tickets, which
or like
gave
a free
you the
option.
Opportunity to be in a video. Again, most of these tickets you had to make a purchase to win.
One random person that buys in what time frame? 10 minutes. We're gonna put this in someone's order that buys something.
And we're gonna have 24 people. We're gonna put them in 24 different circles. $1 million on the line, have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
Also,
it's like you can't get a little schemy. I can see it.
There is no MrBeast video of 24 people in circles competing for $1 million. Unless it ended up being 100 people in a circle competing for $500,000, but it's a smaller prize. And
so halfway check, what do you guys think on this so far? Because they're kind of going hardcore.
Hey, it's the pilot guy.
And if they do have a multiple consistent actor, that is also like pretty not good. It's kind of faking videos too.
That's unlike him.
And though you got out first, I still have a prize for you. Just wait here.
Especially if they know him and he's getting a random car. Like, some of this can be a little sketchy.
Out gets a car, and it just happened to be your friend Mac.
Yeah, that is
thing
weird.
That just annoys me is Jimmy constantly
that right
says
there is
during
actually
these
very,
live
very
streams
worth. That's a consistent
he's just
recurring
doing
character
this
who
for
actually
fun
legitimately won a
because he
car.
loves
Even if they
giving
didn't win a
things
car and they
away.
just give it right back, that is like kind of a sketchy YouTube video.
It's kind of funny.
Once again, like,
you just
weird.
Lost a bunch of money at the casino, and the owner comes out and he says, "Guys, the reason I do all this, I just love giving away money." Also, you're 7 years old in that example. It's insane that he can flip.
This is weird. Like, I wish like this guy.
Illegal lotteries
Like, I get his vibe.
Children as an act of generosity.
So I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to go place an order at shopmrbeast.com. Anyone watching any of the lives?
He's like stalling. And the thing is, the biggest thing for all this kind of drama I'm watching is that the user himself, like MrBeast himself, he's like really rich and he's like a really big pop. Like, it's 50,000 people watching this clip. And I think that, like, if you're a smaller content creator, not to say you can't abide by like legal laws of this, it does get a little bit like, I don't want to say I accept it more. But at a certain point, MrBeast is younger, so he does have a little bit of plausible deniability on this one. But he's also gotten and made so much money at this point where he has like legal teams, like probably like 50 different directors just floating around, like doing stuff. Like, he has employees, so you almost have to treat him more of like a business and corporation over just an individual guy, you know?
And again, there are very few videos of this live stream on the internet. I think MrBeast probably copyright strikes re-uploads. But almost any clip you do find will have some new violation of internet gambling or
so like you almost have to be a little bit more hardcore because like he is like a proper business, you know? Yeah, like Linus. Like, Linus is like a proper legitimate corporation, so you have to like hold him to like those accountability standards. Because MrBeast is probably making a lot more money than some businesses out there anyway.
Some of the common complaints we see in threads about this live stream are that they only signed large t-shirts. So when they selected an order to give a prize, it was apparently always a large or extra large t-shirt. They kept saying things like buy in the next 15 minutes for a chance to win and then not honoring it. Multiple people claiming that their name was read to win a prize and they never received it. This person is still tweeting about it to this day. Now, there's a lot more people complaining about the deceptive.
This kind of goes back to what we said before about like the fake giveaways where they were like, "You're gonna win $2,000," and they never get paid for it.
5 shirts at different times during the live when they said things like,
I mean, I think this is all valid critiques. He's kind of got a little like a weird hyper focus on it, but this is like valid, I would say.
Both with MB and one with
like, as a content creator, I understand the chaoticness of it, but you almost can't justify that if you're a big enough content creator because you should have a team that is paid to go deal with it.
That she's disabled, has PTSD. Lotteries and scams specifically target.
This is legit though. I do understand like the critique of this.
I'm disappointed. My son bought a signed shirt and was so excited. He watched the live stream and saw that people who bought would receive $100. He was excited to win something.
I was going to say that because he has kids watching this stuff, it's going to come down harder on him. I agree. Same with like Syndicate, yeah. Like CSGO and COD Optics and all that stuff. Yeah. Or Boogie, I'm going to be honest. I don't think anyone under 25, hell 35 actually watched him now. Yeah, exactly. I think he was making this critique, and I do agree.
I'm really upset.
That's one of his. He kind of worded it weird, but I get the vibe he was going for. If you're an adult and you're around a bunch of like Minecrafters and Robloxers or whatever, and you try to incentivize shirts, like a good example is them being like, get your shirt. I, as like a grown man, am not going to get like FOMO over not winning a prize over a t-shirt. I'll buy a t-shirt or merch if I want to support them. But it is true if you do have children involved, because if you're involving children, this type of stuff, it's like you have a little 13-year-old kid who's begging his mom for like a credit card or whatever, and that's fine. You know, it's crazy. Boogie not being mentally stable doesn't make him not like a horrible person. Like it's still on his own end to go get therapy and deal with his own problems. Boogie's an absolute horrible person. But yeah, dude, I get this. Like, if you're around kids, you have to have a higher standard of how you interact and make your content. And if you're also baiting people with like their family and everything and stuff like that, it's rough. Like, that's like, you could basically have a random mom who's like, I don't know what's going on. Why do you want this MrBeast shirt so bad? Or like, you know, it is a valid thing. Like, people kind of get caught up in FOMO or to understand like it's really RNG or there's 500 other people buying a shirt, because if you're 9, how do you know the difference? You know.
Reorder. Now, my speculation.
But I do agree. There's a lot of kids. You can even see like meet and greets and videos of kids everywhere. I'm like MrBeast.
But I'd be interested to see how they worded that. If the video of this live stream ever resurfaces, I think a lot of these claims will be proven true, which MrBeast definitely has this stream saved. He saves all his footage. So I'll ask you, Jimmy, Will you publish this to prove your innocence? Also, using archive.org, we can see what the website looked like on the day of the stream.
Also, these are very expensive shirts. Oh my god, did you see that was $42 for a shirt?
This limited tee signed by MrBeast and
$42.
Crew,
That's
the
crazy.
description says it's signed by a member of the MrBeast crew, and it doesn't say anywhere that other members will sign MB.
Yeah, there was also people saying that he was faking his signatures, which sucks.
So here's a clip of Tyler forging.
So wait. So I was talking about how the fact of like they're making money off these shirts for sure. $42 for a t-shirt like this, they're making probably at least $30 a shirt. These are not crazy shirts, not crazy designs. It's easily printed like in that front square. So it doesn't have like, like sheave designs or whatever. Like all this, like there's nothing here. Like you can basically tell it's a very easy square press. So as you go through this, like these people are trying to sell you a MrBeast signature, which apparently they keep on showing is not actually like there. Like this guy is signing the MrBeast thing. So they're kind of being fraud on lying that. I understand this once again for MrBeast. He probably doesn't want to sign every shirt, but that doesn't excuse it because you're selling a signed shirt product. So people would expect MrBeast to get it. And that's a lot of money, plus on top of being like buy your stuff in 5-10 minutes and stuff. Like this guy has a few weird takes on how he presents it, but like the general vibe is they're kind of like scheming it. Like you can go install an extra 5 minutes to run a little bit more ads and maybe an extra 3 more minutes to sell stuff, but you'll sell an extra 100 shirts because people are like, oh, hype, I'm gonna buy stuff. Like I understand how content creation works. So the longer you stall, like the more people watch, more people are incentivized to buy. Selling signatures is something special. Maybe you could be like, I really want this, mom, for like little children. Like this is a lot of valid stuff. Even if people may want to go and be against it for some of this stuff too, but what was the competition of getting? Is it buying a shirt or buying a shirt from the specific guy in the crew? I think the competition was more on like them giving away like iPhones or money for anyone who might randomly buy a shirt. And then all the shirts should be signed by someone of the crew. But some of the lesser known people, like this guy, is like signing for MrBeast. So in theory, it's gross. Yeah, they're also saying that there's technically scarcity, being like, you can only get a few shirts or blah, blah, blah. But they're probably going to make sure every order is filled. Like sometimes they will legitimately sell 100 shirts for drops, but I think MrBeast is trying to farm as much as he can, as quickly as he can. I understand it from like a somewhat scummy perspective of a content creator, but it is rough if you do have children involved, and I don't necessarily like that.
Using MrBeast's signature.
But yeah, so this is like a big one, and that's like a consistent thing. That's gross.
Signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, T.
Like that's literally a fake, like right there, fake.
Looks around.
Although I like the closed caption there, but
could you make it any more obvious? You don't accidentally
you see the MB right there?
Signature as muscle memory. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I think this is fraud. Maybe they could say
I think it's just scummy.
The brand's signature, even though it's clearly implied that this is Jimmy's signature, which was established during the last live stream.
Hey! MB, MrBeast. So this is MrBeast's signature.
No way, this one was signed by MrBeast.
I like how it's just a smiley face. Why is it just a smiley face? This is a very cheap shirt to make.
That's obviously his.
Like I said, that's a very easy square press, dude.
That's obviously his. MrBeast.
Some people bought these shirts as collector's items or even investments, and this puts
investments.
in question the authenticity of all MrBeast signed merch, which otherwise could have been very valuable one day. This was clearly muscle memory, and judging by his body language,
was it good? Do you like Dibble?
Even Tariq notices Tyler
the drama video
up and immediately looks into the camera.
Oh, it's even worse when these people notice that, dude.
His hands together. Also, MrBeast said during the live stream that this is the last time he'd ever sign anything, and that was just a lie. Illegal lotteries targeted towards children and selling fake signatures.
I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, it's not as bad as like David Chris Tyson. I mean, for sure. I mean, he's still making videos.
The guy who just throws away millions of dollars on YouTube videos is a gambler. Who would have thought?
By this point, MrBeast noticed a problem with these CTA giveaways.
Ugh.
I mean, obviously they're illegal, but more importantly, they're not as profitable as they could be. Look at it like this. There are two value propositions at play here.
Okay, I'm listening.
The perceived value of the product and the perceived value of the chance to win a prize. So for something
this is like buy a shirt for a chance to win, like, a video or whatever.
Values the chance to be in a video at $10. They need to value the T-shirt at an additional $32 to make the purchase.
Okay, I can follow the logic.
The product, the less effective the lottery is. You want to get the product as close to $0 as possible, so people are just paying for the perceived value.
Okay, I'm following the logic.
That's what's most profitable because humans can't accurately comprehend the difference between 1 in a million odds versus 1 in a billion odds. They both kind of just compute as I have a small chance.
Small chance. I'd actually probably agree.
Well aware of this flaw in human mental arithmetic.
Past a certain point, the average human is like large sum of money, click, and like larger sum of money. doesn't really impact the viewing experience.
So also, the larger your audience is, the more profitable a lottery will
This week, if we're talking about
Anyway,
podcasts,
Mr. Beast wanted
the one thing I'm getting from this video is
possible
never
to
actually go on a podcast and talk to
giveaways.
things.
Basically a
Just
piece
never,
of
never
paper,
just do
but
it.
You obviously couldn't sell a piece of paper without getting backlash. So in January 2021, 3 months after the last shirt signing stream, MrBeast did a live stream where for only $10, viewers could send a picture to the moon. Wait, JPEGs that are going to the moon?
Wait, this was, I remember this being like drama back in the day.
Lotteries.
Just to keep things fun and interesting, as if putting a photo on the moon isn't interesting enough. Someone who puts a photo on the moon, or if you buy the bundle, whatever, and the next 30 minutes, we'll just fly.
Is that just Linus's face in the middle of it?
3 years later, the spaceship finally launched, carrying beautiful pictures of deceased loved ones to the moon, where they would be immortalized. It fucking exploded. So
Wait, that's
obviously
hilarious.
MrBeast refunded everyone, right? Right? Is it MrBeast's fault that the rocket exploded?
Wait, did that really happen,
Is it
dude?
his fault that he advertised it as for $10, I will put your photo on the moon?
For $10, I'll put whatever picture you want on the moon.
When he couldn't guarantee that? Yes, of course. October 16th, 2021.
Okay,
same
why is that
thing.
kind of hilarious?
Buy this shirt to be in a video.
Shopify dashboard. We just have like a random number generator, and then like we just put the name, number.
The gifts.
Like, if there's 1,000 orders, we just put it, picks a number between 1 and 1,000, and then my people give me the name. So the first
They
person
seem so
that we're
convoluted
inviting
for
to be
all
in our
this.
Squid Game, if you want to enter, click the link in the description, buy the shirt or hoodie, is Alonzo Diaz.
Crazy, dude. This is nutty. I'm not sure how much more he has on this one that like matters, but like this is rough.
Wait, really?
Like they actually sent a $100 bill.
Wait, what does it say? Oh, now we have to read the message. You and your crew are an inspiration to our young ones. He wanted to see
Imagine giving $100 to MrBeast.
Everyone click the link or the view product thing in the bottom left.
Oh, God.
We're gonna open 3 packages, and whatever's in those 3 packages, we're gonna give someone random that buys.
What does it even mean? This is like getting a little scummy, like a little desperate sounding.
Now I'm going to get to what, in my opinion, is the most unethical CTA giveaway that MrBeast has done. But before I do that, I really want to drive home the point that the closer a sweepstakes is to an illegal lottery, the more money it makes. Because, you know, every customer is supposed to be informed that they can enter easily for free and that making a purchase.
This is honestly, I'm curious your thoughts.
Like, you're supposed to say no purchase necessary in all of your promotional material, which MrBeast does not do. This legal gray area only leads
That's why it was with a little like
scams,
asterisk text of like no purchase necessary.
to elderly and children who are also being introduced to gambling. The only people who benefit off of sweepstakes are influencers.
MrBeast is a little bit of a narcissist.
Remember Wizza?
Well, a little bit. Yeah, he's very, very narcissistic.
Exposed as a total scam and shut down. Even Omaze, the charity sweepstakes.
I'm kind of surprised though that people didn't really call him out, but I feel like just a lot of stuff's coming out because people have seen little small things and they all kind of add up together.
Mystery Brand.
So Mystery Brand is a website where you purchase different boxes with chances.
Dude, I get a chance to go do these sponsors every now and then, and it's crazy. They're like, I'll give you $5,000 for a video.
$15 to open.
But it always kind of gives me like heebie-jeebies. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I really should do like 3, dude, buy a car. But I always feel like so like, oh.
Apparently it's worth $250
I never have to, and there's always that temptation to be like, oh. So I understand why YouTubers are like $3 million, sure, but like even I can't do it. I wish I could.
All the way down to
every time I'm like, oh, I can't do it.
Icicle site balance. I'm willing to bet that this is probably what 99% of the people are getting.
Hey, at least MrBeast never wanted to work with this obvious scam. I mean, at least MrBeast's manager never went on some podcast and talked about how MrBeast really wanted to work with this company. No, what's this?
Is there anything you've had to say no to? Yeah, tons. Yeah.
By the way, these two guys promoted all the crypto scams like FTX. These guys are scum. Well, these guys, absolute scum. Not even allegedly, they were literally involved in FTX and they got paid a shit ton of money of stolen money from creditors.
It's basically like CS
from the crypto end. Like these guys are both horrible people. Graham Stephan and this other guy behind him. Both those guys horrible people.
Didn't Ricegum did quite a few people. Yeah.
And they tried to cover it up too.
Yeah, they got a lot of hate for that.
Right.
Jimmy was he wanted to work with that company when he heard about it because there was a lot of money and we wanted to give that money away in a video, and I had to talk him back on it. I was like, listen, we're not promoting gambling. I think people.
Oh, I don't like that, dude. I don't like if this is all true, but it's like why would he lie? I get it. Like the money is tempting, but like
ended up doing that deal and got a lot of hate for it.
Jimmy, why is your manager saying that you wanted to promote this obvious scam to your young impressionable audience? MrBeast launched Feastables, his new chocolate brand, back in January 2022.
I want to tell you guys about my new
I'll have you guys know I tried Feastables and it wasn't that
Made
good.
with only 5 ingredients, but
I got it for
still
free
tastes
and
amazing.
it wasn't that
Kicking
good.
off Feastables was something I've always wanted to do. 10 random bars are going to have a mystery ticket inside of them.
This is making me curious on what the next MrBeast video is going to be like. Or how long it's going to take for him to even make a video.
Chandler, we're giving away over $1 million in other prizes to random people that buy the bars.
Dude, I need to buy these.
It's interesting to look back at this because a large part of Feastables' marketing campaign was the fact that it's a better for you brand, that it's healthier for you than Hershey's. Less sugar, only 4 ingredients.
Yeah, I'm in the same mindset where I'm like indifferent on MrBeast.
Better for you snack brand because I think a lot of the stuff out there is just
Like, I
terrible
think
for
he's
you.
okay. His videos are very obviously like clickbait, like YouTube stuff, but I do think a lot of this type of stuff is very like what he's like. How can I min-max my audience?
Bars are 5 ingredients.
Let me pause this. It's like, how can I min-max my audience? Which I understand, like as a content creator, you do kind of want to sometimes min-max, like on a video or content or whatever. Like, yeah, like there's potential to it. But once you kind of hit it, that's when you should stop min-maxing. This is like when you have like a YouTuber and they're worth like $50 million and they're still doing like super scummy like Raid Shadow Legends sponsors and stuff like that. Where like you have to get to a certain point where enough's enough. And I think a lot of times he tried to justify it by being like, I invest all my money into my company and growing. But at the end of the day, that still makes him money. So think about like someone goes all in and making like a computer game, company, mobile app or whatever, and they go super hardcore and they just reinvest. At a certain point, they will maybe sell it or like get equity from like say Disney, like because YouTubers have done that. And at that point, they're like, okay, all my reinvesting, which you would think would be like very, very nice and good for like the community, good for my viewers, and then just gets milked and sold. Or like a Feastables thing, like you can totally sell equity in that and get the actual pocket payout and stuff. So like it's not like necessarily as altruistic as you'd assume. And I don't like that. Like I think his mentality of like, let's make the best YouTube video is fine, but it's also min-maxing, throwing sponsors, etc., etc. I understand that stuff costs money to cost, but it seems like it's almost too focused on like it lost the plot, you know, it lost the plot. Too crazy.
And just all the ingredients are way higher quality. And it's infinitely better than the other options out there.
I got all the Feastable chocolates. Let's try them and rank them 1 to 6.
I'm going to be completely honest. Totally not biased because if it sells more, I make more money.
I'm gonna be honest, and I hope Jimmy is sitting next to me and not getting his feelings hurt.
Have a good
Compared to Hershey's. It's our Crunch Bar.
Okay. This is the one you believe in.
Yes.
I would give it like a 6.
No? You don't like Crunch Bars?
I do like Crunch Bars, but
Like a 5 or 6. They really weren't that good.
again, it's too sweet.
Let me try this. Maybe these are defective.
I
Oh
do
my
like
god, this tastes good to me.
Wait,
Ooh, that's gross.
ranking them. I rated the first one, so we going completely off of.
Oh,
we
well,
going completely off of.
we're in too deep. I rate this a 10 out of 10. I give this an 11 out of 10. Keep in mind, only 5 ingredients. Infinitely healthier for you than the normal thing.
Still chocolate though.
Also my favorite so far.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't realize you were a dark chocolate guy.
I'm not a super dark chocolate guy. I do love dark chocolate. I get this a 7.8 out of 10.
Okay, I'm starting to understand this, man. Okay, okay.
And he's probably giving extra points because he's to kind of call him out. He's also Mr. Beast, you know?
You like salt? I
love
raised you as a
salt.
sea salt guy. I'm gonna get rid of these.
I love salt.
No,
No, I want to try those.
No, you just don't. Trust me. You like.
This is the
You're a
best
dark
one?
chocolate kind of guy. Yes. If I can read the room. The room is red.
Oh,
Now
God.
in 2024, MrBeast changed the formula again to where it has mostly the same ingredients as Hershey's and even more sugar and more calories per bar. And this initial ad for Feastables where he calls it healthy is still getting millions of views a month. Also, I don't think you should ever advertise it as over $1 million in prizes when more than a third of those prizes are just coupons for more MrBeast products, forcing you to spend
Yeah, it's
more
also
money
kinda
if you
scummy too.
actually want to redeem them. Ooh,
I feel like that's
$5 coupon
racist
for
undertones.
Beast Burger. Now
I
a
think they
single
have been kind of
combo
racist back in the day. Like that's actually not even like a legend.
Burgers
Well, I'll say a
Palace
legend
or
either way.
fucking
But
Five
like for like
Guys.
old
If
school
this shit
videos
can
and
be
stuff, like him and like
successful,
Ava Chris
fucking
Tyson.
Five Guys.
It's so
Who
good.
cares? It's called Five Guys. What kind of fucking name is that?
Like from old school
doesn't
stuff, it was like
matter.
that for a little
The
raunchy.
burgers are good.
Branding matters.
Ooh, maybe you should have spent a little less time.
This
on
one is a bit of a different one because
beautiful
it's like
logo
ghost
and more
kitchens.
time on making the food actually.
He's still like at the end of the day responsible for it.
Brother,
But I can understand like ghost kitchens, you know, like
what's that?
like it's hard to have the product control, and they did I think want to get off of it,
that,
which I can kind of understand. But that is
Also,
gross
be
nonetheless.
For real, dude. Five Guys has a nice, clean, appealing aesthetic. You know, the name suggests humble.
Was there something more that came out? I don't.
This
A
is
lot of
like
these
a
videos are horrible. Like a lot of those
8-year-old
like pictures and stuff,
sloppy,
very unedible. You can get literally sick and die.
burger. It literally looks like
Like
a
can doesn't mean you will, but
burger.
I do think MrBeast probably made so much money off this one, also once again from little kids.
Also, this digital wheel is not remotely representative of your actual odds. Mark Rober has talked about this common deceptive casino tactic before.
You recall from the Carnival scam video, the most lucrative games for the Carnival owner are those where people overestimate their chances of winning. That is exactly what happens in this game, thinking you were so close to getting a jackpot, when in reality, you weren't close at all. In gambling psychology, this is known as the near-miss effect, and people will spend much more money to try and win because
so it does kind of seem like they're trying to just like market and gamble and like try to get as much money as they can.
Pigging out on Feastables, and I'm trying to do this. MrBeast is teaching us gambling.
Oh god. Oh god.
There's no cool music. Anyway.
No, you don't want the cool music.
Gamble.
Also, these tickets, one of them just so happened to go to a YouTuber with 700,000 subscribers at the time. Just pure chance.
This was just taped.
It was taped.
No freaking way.
So it is like really like total chance, obviously. Like you're.
Yeah, this also kind of seems a little sketchy too, especially if you had other YouTubers involved casually in videos. And they've also mentioned they want to have people who have like good reactions and stuff.
Was it though? Was it random? Also, this guy went
I don't
on
want to say
win
it's
the
not,
chocolate
but
factory, and extremely unlikely things do happen. But can we see how the winners were chosen, maybe? Because knowing how important it is to Jimmy that every video has entertaining contestants through the whole.
I mean,
video,
like I said, a lot of legend, a lot of whatever, but that like some of these things are a little sketchy.
In my opinion, as somebody who worked for MrBeast, I don't think this large YouTuber won a ticket purely by chance. Also, I know that producers are sort of able to pull strings behind the scenes to give some contestants better chances than others. And he runs these sweepstakes to like bribe children with gambling to consume more sugar. Like, this is far worse than a lottery ticket because a lottery ticket.
I don't know. What do you guys think? This is like, it has a lot of vibes. I get it.
Famous friends. Like MrBeast,
a little extra harpy on it, but if you kind of see the consistency of it, like yeah, it's kind of a little rough.
New people to the candy aisle, whether he wants to admit it or not.
People are just walking to the chocolate aisle, and instead of buying Hershey's, buying Feastables. Like,
I don't think it's that bad though to sell chocolate or like gummy candies. I don't think that's necessarily morally bad. I mean, kids are gonna want to buy. I mean, I get it. Like they're gonna probably buy candy either way.
Exactly. I'm bringing new.
I get though. I do get this. I do get this as a weird vibe, but.
You know, kind of a weird flex, not something I would brag about, Jimmy. Also, maybe I should mention technically I'm a certified nutritionist, which really just means I paid $1,200 for
this one. Like I get as well, but I'm not like super hardcore. Like I mean, kids are gonna eat candy and buy candy either way. I do think it's bad to kind of push it, but
death and health problems in America, including some of the health problems that MrBeast claims to care so much about: blindness, deafness, loss of limbs. MrBeast also just launched a combo with Zaxby's, which if you get a soda, it's over 2,000 calories.
Okay, I heard Zaxby's pretty good though.
Obviously, so much obesity and
yeah, they should be like a protein candy or something, like a protein shake.
The only thing real in this video is the new MrBeast box at Zaxby's.
I'm pretty sure this would be illegal in Europe. This is like more calories in one meal.
Is that bad? I'd probably eat that. I've never had Zaxby's, but it looks kind of good. Like I'm just hungry in real life. I don't know.
New research finds childhood obesity rates are getting worse.
The #1 killer in America is obesity.
I guess like a
the number of deaths in overweight people.
I would say like Popeyes, not really Popeyes.
And smoking altogether.
For 30 days straight, we are going to be giving away $10,000 to a lucky customer who scans the QR code on the back.
I think I'm just hungry.
It's just disappointing to see somebody pretend to care about the health epidemic in the U.S. only when it's profitable.
I'm gonna order on DoorDash now.
This point isn't gonna resonate with a lot of people because of how normalized high-calorie and high-sugar diets are in America.
Why is John's in there?
Bribing children to get into the habit
this is crazy, dude.
Consuming excessive amounts.
I do
of
agree.
sugar.
There's sometimes a little bit more on the parents where they like allow the marketing. They're not really watching things on iPads and stuff and see what they're kind of doing, spending their money on, etc.
Customers that just buy out.
It can also. It could be like a double fault.
Especially when you clearly.
That literally is just one meal a day. That's crazy.
Risk it is to these kids.
Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat.
It's honestly just evil to me, and I pushed back against this a lot while I worked at the company.
I do agree this is like a little weird, but I don't think this is like hardcore cancel. I think the giveaway stuff is rough. Chocolate, like yeah, but that's just like decisions, you know?
Shit. My manager literally said at one point that they wanted to associate buying a Feastables with your dream coming true. So they're pitching ideas like, you know, buy a Feastables, win 10K, buy a Feastables out of a vending machine, and the vending machine just starts spitting out money.
I do agree that the ratio of those isn't that good.
Ticket to Disney World, whatever, right? And I don't want to put a lot of like hearsay into this video. You should just believe the receipts that I'm
I get this though. I do get it. Like I think like this is like not where I'm super focused on. It's a little bit of a reach, but like I understand like the logic behind it.
Feastables is
like you try to get them hooked on every little bit of content 24/7, sell them merch, sell them stuff. Like it is, but that's like kind of just social media though as a whole.
Person at MrBeast said it was probably closer to the other way around and was laughing about it. Like 70% of lottery, 30% of chocolate company. Everyone knows it's just the call to actions and call to action giveaways especially that drive sales. As soon as they stop, it's hard for large bargain retailers to sell this shit for 70% off. That's why they push them so hard. Once they stop the diabetes lottery, no one buys. Also, this is the website right now. MrBeast wants you to join the crew. Just so weird and scummy to me. I believe all the Feastables giveaways do have official rules and no purchase necessary clauses somewhere, but it's very difficult to find them. In traditional media, if you advertise a sweepstakes like in a commercial, you have to say in the promotional material itself.
Yeah, he's harping on this a little bit, but I get it. Like, I get it.
Gets away with not saying no purchase necessary.
I hate the whole they must be targeting kids thing. That's no way to go for a lot of things: vaping, cannabis, gambling, drinking. I agree. I think this is like an issue, but this is more of like a parenting issue rather than like. I think like the incentivization's a little bit scummy, yes, but I think that's a lot of just social media now as a whole.
These bars only have 4 to 5
like this is his product, he's trying to sell it. I don't think it's a product that I would buy personally. I think chocolate and stuff is unhealthy. I would not buy this for my kids. But I mean, some parents would, you know, like, I mean, I get it. Like, this is not really, I think, worth canceling per se on this. I think the fake like shirts and like fake giveaways and lotteries, that's a lot worse in my mind. Although they were kind of fetching this too as well with this.
Website under a FAQ. And to enter for free, you have to mail in separate 3" by 5" hand-addressed written index cards.
And this at least is like kind of the counterpoint before they at least they have the free purchase necessary thing. It is like hidden though, which is still scummy, but this one I like reaching a little bit, not wrong, but not like not necessarily wrong, you know. It really depends, and I think it's more on the parents, more on like making sure you know what your kids are doing online.
The free entry method can cost more than the chocolate bar itself. Also, going back to sweepstakes law for a second, payment isn't the only form of consideration. Consideration can also be time or effort that directly benefits MrBeast in some way.
I don't know. Like the first part, I was getting all that stuff, fake shirts, all that. He was cooking
up and organize his Feastables displays.
This one I think is a little on the like on the reachy side a little bit.
$5,000 shelfie cleanup.
I gotta call him out on that one. That's how I'm curious.
They thought this was going to be a monthly thing, but it got a lot of controversy. Obviously. How can I successfully
This is also where this is kind of making like little kids like use free labor and like stuff. This is strange.
Go find an employee and ask them to check to see if there is product.
This is, I would say, weird.
And ask them to bring them out.
This is a little bit overcooked though. Like I will agree it's weird, but I don't think it's worth like canceling. Maybe critiquing, sure, but like crazy hardcore cancel. I don't know.
For the Walmart manager, so he can ask to stock shelves for a chance to be compensated. Dude, was Walmart in on this? This was not just one off-the-cuff tweet. This was like I said,
though, he's cooking a little bit too much. Like, I get it. I get the vibe.
Also, a company asking children for selfies is a little bit weird. And while you're at it, if you want to maybe move some Hershey's bars and make sure that Feastables has plenty of space, I wouldn't complain. I just cannot believe they were going to give
I'm just more surprised that Hershey's has never like tried to sue him.
MrBeast's child laborers for stocking shelves. And no one at MrBeast was like, hey, this is a terrible idea. Actually, if you said that, you'd probably get fired.
This is the best tasting chocolate on earth. Good job, boys.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How do we know that's the best tasting chocolate in the world?
You're fired.
What?
Okay, that's just a meme though.
Such horse shit. You can do that? I mean, that is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
The most shocking
I want to see a
result was
MrBeast
that
Feastables ice cream.
Never earned anything higher than a 3rd place ranking.
But I do think their branding is like world's best chocolate bar is.
It wasn't that good. I tried. It wasn't that good. Not even being a hater. It was very, 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 very mid.
Best chocolate.
World's best pizza.
What does that even fucking mean?
Define that yourself.
I'm not in this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Don't buy his chocolate. It's not good. It was not worth anyone's money ever. Maybe little kids, maybe, but for him, not so much. No.
Worked on his marketing, gave some thought to it or something.
Okay, one last point of consideration. Prolonged attention is definitely a form of consideration. In the attention
he's like not cooking so well here.
Valuable resource that
yeah, I didn't like any of them. They were not that good, and I like them.
So in these live streams,
not defending MrBeast, but when he said it costs more to do a non-purchase option by mailing his card, and the box and cards $2. Okay, pens are $1. Okay, stamps. Gonna be honest. Don't know if you need stamps something like that. Say you did. Okay, what 5 cents is a freaking letter? My bundle of Innis cards like $51 for $2. You send 10 a day. Yeah, I think he's cooking a little bit too much on this one. Like not like the good cook.
Pick one person watching this IG live stream and one
like this. All like this is legitimate. Like people not winning giveaways, people not getting their products, trying to like kind of egg on products, stuff like that. That's bad. Like I would say that's unironically bad. selling chocolate company, morally and ethically not the best, but like that's okay. It's whatever. I can't really fault you too much. I just would watch my kids and make sure they're not buying it and not buy it myself. People are going to buy chocolate no matter what. People are going to buy Hershey's and Reese's without MrBeast existing or not, you know. But I do agree. Like I do think the giveaway things are a little bit weird, more so for like the live ones and egging them on, and like you don't know, and you have little kids on it. But this isn't like in my mind cancel worthy. This is more of just like I don't like the content. You're doing it kind of scummy, and I think you definitely scammed your audience. I'm not his audience per se. But maybe someone out there may have been like, I bought a shirt and I felt bad because people were even saying like on Reddit threads that he was showing they were rough. So this is rough, but
you have to be present when they happen, which means viewers have to keep watching, which is time and effort that directly benefits MrBeast. The more viewers, the more money MrBeast obviously makes, either directly through sales or AdSense or just getting boosted in the YouTube.
Yeah, he was cooking. I think he's rambling.
Free giveaways could and should be against the law. MrBeast just uses gambling psychology to exploit young children.
I feel like he said the same topic a lot too. Now, I'm like he has an idea, but I think he could have probably fine-tuned this more, and I probably would have believed him more.
Attention is the most valuable currency in the world.
Well, of course.
Or labor, or money sometimes.
Yeah, his core audience is like, I'd say like 10
and here's a good example of like the kids out there for the audience, you know?
People are a little bit over him. Some people kind of question the ethics, you know. They sometimes say in these videos where he like builds all these wells or, you know,
my dad wants a Lambo.
It's almost like he's
I do like the philanthropy stuff no matter what for MrBeast. I do like the philanthropy stuff.
Older audiences don't love him, but this tween audience, they love him, and they're thinking, you know, watching him could get me a car, so why wouldn't I?
Video could have been half the length to get the point across. I do agree.
Okay, now as far as
like he had points, but like he also like I think he was trying to push points that were
getting sued. So my official
valid, but not like crazy. Like Ava Chris Tyson stuff, Internet for Minors, canceled. MrBeast being there, horrible. Not necessarily horrible per se, and like if you didn't involve in stuff, but it's still bad to know it ongoing.
Promised free dog food for life in exchange.
Free stuff. I also heard about the free dog food stuff. This is all bad. Like this stuff matters to me a lot more. People not getting money from videos, faking stuff, leading people on, illegal like lottery stuff, whatever. That's not good. If they fix this up though, they can have a chance to repair their image, because if everyone gets the money they're owed, that's okay. Like I understand that.
Example of things slipping through the cracks.
The second thing that I probably would do different is invest. And I know what y'all about to say. Y'all about to go to the clip too, where Jimmy said that we set a certain amount aside to invest.
I know you talked about wanting to maybe invest 50K and then set aside like the other 23 for just other little nuances here and there.
This is not me calling anybody a liar or anything, because I know what y'all do. I know what the internet does. But what I think what happened was,
oh, that's okay, Benji. Just make sure I see it. I'm done.
That was supposed to probably help me invest, but that didn't happen. I talked to Jimmy after I won.
Well, it's also not really his like MrBeast's like job to make him invest. You know, like, give him $1 million if he did actually win $1 million.
Like, man, I don't want to fail. I don't want to be like how everybody's saying, like I'm gonna run out of money and do all this crazy stuff. I was like, man, Jimmy, please help me. And he said he was gonna help me and we was gonna invest, but yeah, that didn't happen. So
that's not really MrBeast's fault though, you know.
Video, you know, Mr.
Just go talk to a financial advisor, go to a bank.
Be responsible, that they're going to try to set Mark up for life, and that they are going to help him with investing.
What we're actually going to do is be responsible and try to set Mark up for his future. So we're going to make smart purchases like a house, cars, and do some investing.
But according to Mark, MrBeast only gave him an hour to plan what house to buy, and
oh wait, that's a little weird if he only had an hour.
4 hours to spend the bulk of his money for a video.
Time. I wish I would have had more time, and I wish I would have planned out stuff better. Like that was.
If that's true though, like that's like weird. You could definitely make a video within like a week and like be like
plan it out the
make it quicker, you know. But buying a house though is quite crazy.
He had somebody come to my house, and we sat down and we planned all this in an hour. Yeah, they came to my house and we planned this out, and yeah.
I want to know more about this because this seems a little sketchy.
I wish I would have had more time.
Because this is just like one person and the call was done an hour and he could still change his mind or what? Like this is like missing a lot of information.
Help because I had to spend it. I had to spend the money and I had to like do all this. So
I'm starting to think he might have been a little bit better off if you didn't make him spend $1 million in 24 hours for content.
Can I just say I'm super glad you won the $1 million.
All I need from you is a signature right here. The vehicles are yours.
What we're actually going to do is be responsible and try to set Mark up for his
This is a little weird.
You better not read it. You're a millionaire. You ain't got time to read.
The more you show us around, the more I'm like, thank God you won the $1 million.
I don't know. This guy went a little bit like on the ego route a little bit. I get some of his takes, but like I said, it's not really, if you win a contest, you don't, I mean, it's nice to help. You don't always have the time or effort, or you don't want to be responsible for someone else. Like, you can quite literally go to a bank and be like, I need help with a financial advisor or whatever, you know?
You may have hoodwinked everyone else in this backwater town, but you can't fool me. I listen to public radio.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means you set up Mr. Krabs. You stole the crown so Neptune would freeze him and you could finally get your stubby little paws on the Krabby Patty fun.
This is kind of funny editing, but all right. At the end of the day, I think Mr. Beast. Here's my final thoughts on this because it kind of went a little bit long. I think Mr. Beast has definitely done scummy things. I still think he's done okay things in the world, like say if the philanthropy stuff is true, a lot of his giveaway stuff is necessarily true. But at the same exact time, I do agree, pushing things like Feastable, a little bit morally scummy. You can't cancel him for it. I think it's fine if he does it. Shouldn't be the world's worst thing. But as well, I do think the fake giveaways, those leading gun giveaways, deleting a lot of that type of stuff, like doing live streams of it, incentivizing people to join videos, which the odds of that are probably so astronomically low that it is sketchy. We've been seeing that though for YouTube, TikTok for many years. Doesn't make it okay, but I don't think it's like cancel worthy. But it is a little bit morally questionable and bad. It does kind of seem like he stopped doing that. It does seem like he's maybe trying to fix things up. I don't know how Mr. Busy is in private, but I do agree this is a little bit weird as well. Why was Squidward by? I don't know why. I don't know. At the end of the day, I do think Mr. Beast himself has a lot of things he has to change up and do, address, and apologize for. I don't think he's going to end up getting super canceled. I do think a lot of these things are bad, though, and they should be taken seriously. I think there is a redemption arc available for the guy. I don't think it's the end-all, be-all, worst thing ever, but it is a little bit sketchy nonetheless. So, I don't know. Like, you guys give me your thoughts and comments on this down below. I'm curious. Like, I'm generally curious myself. But, like, is weird. I don't know. I don't like the Mr. Beast stuff. I think it's there's enough weird stuff where I'm like, what on earth is going on here? Maybe not all the best, maybe not all the worst, but definitely a lot of stuff that's been kind of looming around for a while that I don't think a lot of people have been okay with and or will be okay with at the end of the day.